Hi, everyone. How's it going? I'm trying to set my backgrounds right. So, hello, all the women here. Happy International Women Day. I'm going to bring my leadership team from DataEthics4All here as well. Hi, Sam.
Hi, good evening and good day, Shilpe. How are you? And happy
Doing
International
well.
Women's Day.
Happy
Hi.
International Women's Day. Hi, Susanna.
Happy International Women's Day to all these amazing women here. Today, this year is about breaking the bias. So there we
Yes.
go.
Breaking the bias. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So, what's special about our International Women's Day today?
Oh, okay. Our International Women's Day, we always have, we are always special. So, so there is
Absolutely.
nothing to
Yes.
add there. But, we have a very special event that we are going to announce today. And it is the Women Plus Returnship Program of Data Ethics for All. And I think maybe Shilpi, you want to give us all the juicy details on what this program is about?
Thank you. Hey, Usha, good to have you here.
Same here, same here. Yeah.
Hi,
Happy International
Asha.
Women's Day to all of you and every day.
Yes, every day is
Every day.
Women's Day. There was a WhatsApp joke. It was in Hindi, but I'll tell you that this girl is making a hand and saying, I know today is International Day, but every day is Women's Day. So
Yes.
more power to women. I agree with that. Um, so we have a
Absolutely.
fantastic. I'm super excited to announce. This is a dream come true. To have a special women's only, women plus only event and program that Data Ethics for All is launching today. Thanks to all of you here and my leadership team and everyone on my team who made this happen. It was a long time coming, and super excited to announce that this is an AI diet returnship for Women Plus. If you are a woman, you identify yourself as a woman, and you belong to the tech community, you value ethics in data and artificial intelligence, and you have had a career gap, you took a career gap because of whatever the reason might be, whatever the circumstances might be, more power to you. That you decided to put that in front of your career and your aspirational career goals, and you took a step back. So more power to you and women like you. And we are here at Data Ethics for All to support and give you back everything you need to get back into this workforce. So everything that you felt that was taken away is going to be given back 10 more times, 10 more folds to you, so that all the support, all the mentoring, the community, we are all here for you to get back into whatever your path may be.
I think I want to just add one more thing. All the women who took a career break did not take a step back, they took a step forward. They did something that is more beneficial to humanity by taking a step forward. They should be appreciated for that and not
Yes.
penalized for it, which is what society is doing by asking for, do you have work experience? What do they think the women did all this time they were taking a break from? They did work only, but a different kind of
They were
work.
doing shopping.
Right.
That's what they think that we did, but they all took a break and took a break from the career focused work, but actually worked during that time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. What I meant was take a step back from the career, not from life. Take a step back from career, but did many more wonderful things in life, more meaningful things with your life. than just having a career. So, Sam, do you want to add something to this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Suzanne. I think we need to celebrate women all over the world, our aunts, our mums, and our friends and family who took that step and that move forward to take care of, as you say, Susanna, your loved ones, children, relatives that were ill, and potentially also coming back from as veterans as well. We talked about veterans as well, from work overseas. It's important that we recognize that commitment and the work they've done outside of the world of traditional, the corporate world, and celebrate that today on International Women's Day. I think it's really absolutely fundamental, and we raise awareness now and break the bias, as you said.
And I want to welcome Usha here on this panel today. Usha, when I reached out to you and I said this year I want to create a special program dedicated just for women, because last year I know you came to me with an idea that we should do a special hackathon for returnship for women. For some reason we could not do that, but that was on my mind, and it was like, yes, we need to have a special program exclusively and inclusively for women. Exclusively for women, but a program that makes them feel included, that makes them feel like they belong. That's what this returnship program is. So please share your thoughts with us. Usha, you're on mute.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, making the inclusion inclusive is what matters today, right? So, if you see one of the recent study, what Sam just shared, US alone, we had a net loss of around 4.5 million jobs that were held by women. Of that, in back in 2020, nearly 3 million women left the labor workforce. Of that, almost close to 1.5 million were tech jobs. So, looking at, if you go and look into the national labor workforce, you would notice that this is an alarming rate where that we have exited, the women have exited out, and then how do they come back? And there should be some kind of a path that can be created so these women professionals can re-enter the workforce. So keeping that in mind is how the discussion happened, I believe, should be. So I think you have been very courageous to start this right away in a very few months.
Yes, yes. So this is great.
So,
This really,
thank
like
you.
I said before, it has been a dream come true. It has been long in the making, in the thinking, in the um, in the intention. It has been long there. Like we wanted to do something, and we felt there is a gap, there is a need. So the intention was there. It's just today. I'm super happy and super proud. I keep saying that because it's just one of those things. It makes me smile. It makes me feel, wow, this is something we have done nice. One more foot forward in the right direction.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I second that.
So
Wonderful.
so let's take this time to there might be many questions that will help our viewers and people who are thinking about joining this program. So we are going to take this time. If you are joining us live, whether on LinkedIn, YouTube, on Twitter, please feel free to post your questions. We are looking at the chat here, and we'll be taking questions from you, the audience, as well as we will between our team we'll try to tackle some of the most standard questions that we may think you will have, but feel free to drop your specific questions in the chat as well, and we are all listening to you. So
Yes.
thank you again for participating. Go ahead, Susanna.
I'm going to start off with the most important question that everyone has on their mind, which is what is this program and who can apply?
Yeah, great question. So you know how we started AI Diet last year, right? We did the AI Diet World last year as
Yes.
our conference. And we came up as a team with this DIET acronym, which stands for Data and Diversity, Inclusion, Impact, Ethics, Equity, and Teams and Technology. So we feel that this new definition is necessary of this is our definition of diversity and inclusion in tech, because without this definition we cannot move forward, we cannot build the next generation of AI systems
Mhm.
that are really very inclusive, breaking the biases. To break the bias, we need all this inclusion and diversity. We need to have different people on the teams, we need to have inclusiveness of data. And so who can apply? Anybody really who identifies themselves as a woman, who is in tech. They don't have to be a STEM major in education, but
Mhm.
if they have ever worked in a STEM career, and if they took a break, if they are thinking of pivoting into a STEM career, and they have kept on upskilling themselves using any learning management systems, courses, certifications, and they are looking to pivot into a tech career, they can apply.
Mhm.
So yes, it is open for anybody who has a career gap, maybe a year or more. Anybody who has a career gap can apply for that. And what else am I missing in our requisites?
Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, great. Well, we you mentioned that there's no there's a minimum of a year gap for women that and plus that want to join, and there's no upper limit. The next question we had was, well, who's going to be focusing on mentoring me if I join the returnship program? So who will be working with me?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, when we were designing this program, there was a lot of thought we gave into thinking whether this should be an individual project, like a contributor project, because one of the things we have identified as a big gap in the industry is, even I've spoken to specialists in the industry, and also people, recruiters, as well as educational professionals in the higher education, right? And they
Mm.
feel that today's education does not prepare us in terms of projects. Like, people are really skilled in terms of the skills, like they have the best certification and the knowledge, but it is a little theoretical, and unless you apply that in the real world in a project based environment, you can't really get to really learn, in a
Mm.
practical way.
Mhm.
And more so when you take a gap, when you have a career gap and you're trying to reapply, then recruiters don't only want to see the skills on your resume, but they also want to see what you can do with those skills or what you have done with those skills. And so for that, our program, there are many wonderful returnship programs, and there are many wonderful course learning management platforms available out there. And so, what Data Ethics for All has tried to do is not to repeat what's already there, not to reinvent what's already there, but to complement what's there. And so, what we felt is, like, if the project based learning is a gap that we have identified, then that's what we want to do.
Mm.
That's the experience we want to give to our women, so that they can take those projects and showcase that to a potential employer. And also, with you asked the question about who will mentor me. That's a great
Yeah.
question, Sam. We do have a wonderful community of global leaders of 1100 members now strong from
Mhm.
54 countries, and we have leaders who care, who are into data, who are into ethics, technology, policy, and even social impact. So we have a very rich community, and a bigger network than even the community, whom we can call upon to come and help us. And everybody I've spoken to, everybody that you guys have spoken to, I'm sure has been so supportive of this program, that they are all willing to lend a helping hand to
Mm.
become a mentor. And so specific mentors, I think, we will pick based on the skills and the projects, based on the applications we receive and the skill sets that our audience, our cohort is looking for. Our
Mhm.
cohort, the first cohort of women, the skills and the projects that will match their skills, we will match the mentors for that. And we have decided to bring group based projects as opposed to individual projects to make it a little bit easier. And I do have some feedback on group based projects, which I will share in a bit, but I'll wait for any other questions that you guys might have.
Yeah, I think that was our next question. What kind
Yeah.
of projects will you give giving the women who are, enthusiastic about learning how to pivot, how to pivot or even stay in the same careers, continue that as a pathway? So, what kind of projects will you give? And maybe as a follow up to that, like if I was an engineer, let's say I'm not, but if I was an engineer and I worked in development side and I want to go into the marketing side, or in another area within my field of a technical expertise, will I be able to pivot, or will you be just asking me to continue from the path that I was currently on?
Any program that forces you to continue on the path that is not meant for you, or that's not where your heart is not the right program for you. So I would never, never, ever wish that upon my worst enemy also. So definitely not to my women friends across the globe. So definitely we want DataEthics4All's AI Diet Returnship Program to be a platform for you, for what you need, whether you want to pivot into from technology to marketing. Marketing is very technical these days, let me tell you.
Data
So
analytics.
all kinds of
Yeah.
analytics, more than just branding. And so it doesn't matter what role you want to pivot into or from. um, our application process has been kept open ended for that reason. We want to hear from you what roles, what are the kind of job titles, roles, and company, ideal company roles and job titles you are looking for. What are the skills you are looking for to build, and based on those we will be creating special projects for you, and we will be matching mentors for you. But the only, and like I said, we will have group projects, so it's not intimidating. It's not, we understand that getting back, just trying to get back into the workforce can be, very challenging and hard. And so we have made it such that it will be a group project. But like I said, um, there are always people who are very hardworking in a group, and some take it a little bit lightly. And so we have a strict performance policy. Like if people will perform, they will get a certification on completion of the program. They will get recommendation from mentors. And so your performance is important, that you give your best to this program, to get the most value out of it for yourself.
Yeah. May I add a couple of points, Shilpi?
Yes.
So to add to Shilpi's points, actually, like coming from coming out of the comfort zone is always good. Some people wants to be in, let's say they took a STEM career and but not did much of coding, but they really love coding. They have that logic. We all have the logic mindset. So then you can pivot into the development side, because it's always, the coding is something, even when you go into the leadership's level, like you really want to have the touch with coding. So, and also at the same time, like whether you are doing want to, somebody mentioned about pivoting into marketing. Data is the new oil, as they say. Like, it's everywhere. Data is the key. So if you are able to know the nuances of the marketing, definitely, that is an area that could be pivoted. So it's based on the skill sets what we get. I think like Shilpi and the leadership team all will sit together and decide like how we match the mentors and how we can select the mentors and give the appropriate mentors to the group that we are assigning. I
Thank you.
hope I said it right. If there is anything else, please chime in. Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. Susanna and Sam, also feel free to add. You are not only here to ask questions as an attendee, but uh, feel free to chime in your own answers. You've been part of this whole process, and you know all the answers. It's just
Yes,
I'm
that's
getting I'm getting to speak up.
You're absolutely, absolutely sure. But now you've got so much knowledge on the project as well, and being there from the beginning. I think what's really important as well is to mention that actually it's an opportunity for women plus to showcase. I think that's a really good word as well. So they work as a group, collaborate as a group, and then work with then potential employers before making the decision to go and work for them, or before getting hired. So yeah, it's an opportunity to be part of a real life project, whether that's pivoting into the social sciences, marketing, or maybe product management or design, or maybe going into AI and ML engineering if you want to go into that space. But I think it's really important that we highlight that it's about employers and returnees connecting as well, isn't it? And them showcasing their skills again, and it being a step forward, and really building that confidence back into to the skill set, and encouraging them back to
Yeah,
the
but
workplace.
I do want to clarify one thing though, Sam, that the employers are not going to be giving projects. Like
Mhm.
this is not a project that they will be giving and the um,
Mm.
cohort will be working on. But
Yeah.
yes, we are reaching out to potential employers
Mhm.
for us to partner with them, so that they can support the returnship program and they can support the cohort getting their resumes ready, helping us with interview skills, and getting them ready and even accepting their resumes, and with
Mm.
the understanding that yes, these women are getting back into the task force, they're getting back into the workforce with the
Yeah.
resume gap, but with the projects that they've worked on, with the mentor recommendations. So
Mhm. Okay.
that's what we are trying to do. So,
So,
right.
to clarify, it will be data ethics for all projects, right? As of now.
Yes, it will
Mhm.
be data ethics for all projects. The projects will be owned by Data Ethics for All, but people who have worked on it can showcase them as what they have done for Data Ethics for All. You're welcome to write about it in your resume, descriptive information on whatever is not IP protected. You can definitely write about that this is a project, this is the particular aspect of whether you help with cloud computing, or whether you help with the architecture of the project, whether you help market the project, whether you
Mm.
help with the coming up with the AI ML algorithm for the whatever that may be, or the platform or the marketplace, whatever we decide to do, you're welcome to write on it, put your name on your resume that hey, this is how you contributed, and your mentors should validate whatever you're putting, that this is exactly what you contributed towards.
So they will be getting recommendation letters by their mentors and by and a certificate by Data Ethics for All if they complete the project
Based on
Mm.
their performance,
based
yes.
on their performance. We want to add that
We
because
want to add that because it is, we have all seen there always like I've seen that even in kids projects, some kids will take more initiative and put all the hard work, especially in group projects. This happens a lot. Well, some are there for a free ride, so no free rides here. If you really want to get back, then work hard and on your spot.
yes.
So, and if you were to join, then I mean, how many prior years of work experience are we looking for to join the program? If we were interested in applying.
Usha wants to add to that.
Oh, sure, sure. See, I've seen like women who have come from, as a fresh graduate and joined the work, but maybe they had a kid. They have worked only for a couple of years and then, or even 1 year, and then they had to go tend to the children and then come back to the workforce. Or it could be, taking care of elderly people, whatever it may be, because of pandemic, many things have changed for women today, right? And also for our male allies. So what I would suggest is, even if it is 1 year experience, but if you have been trying to inculcate like what all that you have been learning like on the side, if you're doing some touching upon some of the technologies that you worked with in the first year of your job, and then
Mm.
you have to take a break, still that 1 year worth of experience, that if you have not lost the touch, and you are able to, this is kind of giving you a ramp up. So Data Ethics for All is putting you in the spotlight, and Shilpi has such a great networking community. So so once you say that it is not just trying to advertise her organization, but wanted to make sure, like, where since through this organization, if you are going to be being mentored, then that is as good as a recommendation that you can get in order to go into looking for
Absolutely.
jobs. And
Absolutely.
whoever the employers that are going to help out, then that would all they could also be able to hire by assessing the skills by the end of your mentorship program ends. So
Yes.
that is something I think Shilpi is also looking into.
Yes.
So in all ways, it's going to just help you all come back and
Mm.
create the path of, where you have left the career journey, but you're able to resume back. And that is what we want to support you here as the entire Data Ethics for All leadership team.
Absolutely, yes. And I want to add some personal story and journey here. Like I'm an engineer, as some of you know, and I took a step back from my career to raise my kids and be with my family, right? And I wish that there would be programs like this at the time when I wanted to come back, but there weren't, and it was so hard. And people were always looking like, oh, there is a gap, so it's not a good thing, it doesn't reflect well on your resume, without thinking of, then who would have done it.
Yeah.
So this is a very, it's not just because we believe in it. It's a personal story, and I truly believe that this is something that we need to be there for each other, and be there to support each other and help each other and stand with each other, lean on each other, and be this force of nature, um,
Yeah.
to help and support.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There is absolutely no reason for anyone listening here today to not apply for this program. I couldn't think of one, because you should just apply. You should just see that, what this organization can do for you. We are here to support you. And as Usha and Shilpi reiterated here, we are here to ramp up your skill sets, whatever is rusty in your toolkit, and help you bridge that gap in your career, and also put the spotlight on you, so that this is a great opportunity for you and our projects. And this organization is an ethics first organization, so every decision that we make in as a team here, I can vouch for that we really talk about the ethics. We question each other's motives, we question everything. So you come into this, and then this organization gives you a project, it's going to be something that's going to literally build your career up such a great way. And it will also come with a stamp of approval of Data Ethics for All, which is an ethics first organization. And that is, ethics first is now a big deal in most tech companies, and you want to have that certificate on your resume.
Absolutely, very true.
Brilliant.
All right. So brilliant. There are people who are saying they are excited about the program, and we are excited to have you. And this is also a call for everyone to apply for this program, as well as for our, corporate partners. Everyone who is listening, please help us, partner with us, and help us support this program. So when our cohort is ready, you will be the first to see their resumes, and you will be the first who can help us close this gap, so we can proudly say that your partnership with Data Ethics for All has helped make this uh, miracle happen. Thank you so much for everyone for listening and joining in. And I hope I see lots of applications and lots of people reaching out for partnership. Thank you,
Thank
Usha,
you.
Anna, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Isha. Thank you, Susanna.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.